Let me tell you guys a story of my painful childhood past when it comes to my skin and my body. I inherited my dad's oily, acne prone skin. I grew up with having acne since the age of 9. And to make matters worse, I was an early bloomer. I started wearing a training bra by the age of 9, 10. I really should have started around 8, but I was super self conscious about wearing one that early. I also got my period at 10, and I distinctly recall exactly where and when that happened. It was a crisp, cold winter day in Chicago. I was in class in 5th grade, and I was wearing this brown velvet dress, and thankfully it was dark, and all this blood started gushing out of my body, and I ran to the bathroom, and it was just like a pool of blood all over me. And I remember sobbing, calling my teacher. She helped me clean up and told me a little bit about the birds and the bees. I told my mom about it, and she just told me, she gave me some pads and told me this is what it means to be a woman. So physically growing up so quickly really made me self-conscious. I was the tallest person till 7th grade. I was always made fun of. And I had really bad acne, like to the point where I was taking antibiotics, and I remember throwing up and having so many side effects since I was like in elementary years. And I did rounds and rounds of it all the way till high school. And then when I got to college, it just exploded even more. And I just said, enough. I need to stop. I need to do something different. And I started doing Accutane. And when I did Accutane, it got rid of it. But then it came around the second time. So then I did another round of Accutane. And then that really cleared up my skin for about a good 7 years. Because of all the skin issues I've had, I completely understand how so much of how we feel is how our skin looks. Now I'm going through perimenopause, and now my skin is acting in a very different way. It's actually the opposite: drier skin, less collagen production, elasticity, hyperpigmentation. I'm starting to feel traumatized again about my skin. Oh, by the way, do you guys see this dog in the background? She's been sitting like this all morning and all afternoon, and I'll tell you why. There's a little kitty cat that went under our deck, and we have no idea whose cat that is, but that cat and my dog Lulu, they are playing a staring game. Let's see who can stare the longest. She has been literally sitting there for hours. So I have launched a skincare brand, and that was never my intent, but somehow it just turned out that way because I'm very obsessed about skin. I've always wanted to do a skincare line, but because it's so oversaturated, I just thought, well, why should I start another skincare line? And let me answer that question for you guys. If I can back up, and if I was 10 years younger, I probably would have gone back to med school and enrolled in dermatology. But I'm way too old for that, and I don't have 6 years to burn. So I signed up to become a formulator, and I've been doing this formulation school. I love it, and I've learned to formulate so many products, especially for my skin. So there are 3 value propositions. One is, when it comes to skin, whether you have very oily skin, acne prone skin, all the way to mature skin, to anything in between combination, to sensitive, to rosacea, to eczema, there's one thing that's common for all skin types, and that is hydration. And I know that sounds really basic, but believe it or not, we're not hydrated enough. And our products are super hydrating to the point where it's gonna replenish and rejuvenate your skin. And that actually goes in line with Korean beauty philosophy. Korean beauty really believes in hydration as being the key to all things glowing, healthy, and glassy. So it is so important to be using products that really hydrate your skin. And not all products do that. So you hear the saying farm to table a lot when it comes to culinary industry. So literally you're picking ingredients from the backyard of your farm and bringing it out to the table. In that same vein, I truly believe that because I live in the most beautiful part of the world, which is California, we are literally picking botanical ingredients and bringing it into our formulation, such as our metafoam oil, our rose hip seed oil, our sweet almond oil. They all come from California, and we literally are going from farm to the bottle. So the final value proposition I want to talk to you guys about is transparency when it comes to inventory control and manufacturing. I've been in the manufacturing business for the last 20 years, and the one thing I hate is waste, especially when it comes to overstock. We want to ensure the freshest ingredients are being sent and produced at all times, so we want to only produce as close to what we can sell. So in short, the three pillars of Botanical Atelier is number one, the K beauty approach to beauty, which is hydration. No matter what skin type you have, the number one thing that you need to work on is hydration. Number two, locally sourcing our ingredients as much as possible in where we live, which is California. And number three, GMP, the good manufacturing practice to ensure that everything is transparent and that we do not overstock and that we are ensuring the safest and the freshest ingredients whenever you buy our products. Thank you.